83 C10 that I just show the truck down. This is the 83 C10 I just got that I posted about earlier. It's been sitting in a barn since 2001. Mice got their mouths on everything in here. All the wires are eaten up and chewed. The carburetor has dirt daubers nests in it. So I was out here the other day trying to get it started and it pops off. So I'm gonna get this carburetor off. Its junk needs to be rebuilt. Okay, the fuel line's committing suicide. I actually wanted to cut it there anyway, because I'm gonna put an electric one on. Scared me. It's actually not as bad as I thought it'd be. I thought that filter would be disgusting.
How that like freaking like metal just freaking bent, like snapped. It's snapped.
Yep, that's fine. I was gonna cut it right here anyway and slip a fuel hose over it because I'm gonna put an electric Edelbrock pump on it. Oh look, there's another carburetor fuel filter right here.
You.
Full of mouse shit.
He's trying not to break the carburetor so that he could take it home. Take it home.
Jeez.
And clean it out. So look how I gotta rebuild how dirty this is. I had to show him that you guys the interior, how nasty it is. This was sitting in the barn ever since
2001.
2001.
That's the last time it was registered.
And that was the last time it registered. So now mice poop and living in here, eating here.
All that is rat crap.
And then never drove.
Here.
So it's a little yuck. So we have to vacuum. It's so, the interior is so pretty. It's just, it's so nasty. Look how the red interior with the little steering wheel. It's vacuum.
Look how puffed up that is. It is so rotten it wants to explode. Oh, that smells horrible.
Ew!
It was a pinion seal, but the rust got to it. Brand new.
Oh, that's sad.
Alright, go ahead. Alright, stop.
Sure, your time, advance your timing a little.
Smells burnt. I just tried to put the starter in and it would not go in, wouldn't fit. So I put them next to each other here. I don't know if you can tell on here, but this is way wider and thicker than this is. So this wouldn't even slide down in. It was hitting the flywheel. And then the cases themselves, the case on this is like 2 inches wider and thicker than the other one. It would not fit whatsoever. The genius auto parts store employee obviously got something wrong, which is no surprise there. Alright, so I'm back at the truck. I'm going to put the new carburetor on right now. So if you do have an old 350 or 305 with a quadrijet on it, they have a spread bore. These Edelbrock aftermarket carburetors have a square bore. So if you do put one of these on, you should get one of these adapters. You don't necessarily have to, but it'll run way better with it. So I got this adapter, and then one other thing is this is the throttle linkage that these Edelbrock carburetors come with, which will not work with most Chevys. This is what older Chevys have for the throttle, and then the kickdown cable. So if you do throw one of these on, you're gonna have to get their throttle linkage and kickdown cable adapter brackets for Chevy. They carry them at pretty much every AutoZone. They look like this. This one is the trans kickdown cable, and I'm not sure where I put the other one. Oh, here it is. This is the throttle lever adapter. So I'm gonna go ahead and put those on, get this carburetor in, get the top of the motor put back together. Alright, so you'll get your base gasket down on there, and then, oh, I gotta tighten that little plug right there real quick first. Alright, that plug's tight now, so you'll get your base gasket, put that down, and you'll slide your little adapter right on top of that. Make sure you get it lined up right. And then it'll come with 4 of these Phillips or flatheads, whichever one you want to use, screws. Oops. We'll just stick these down in. Got that tight, got the studs in all the way, and the base gasket. Now I'll go ahead and slap the carburetor on. Seriously? It's hitting that stupid thing? You gotta be kidding me. After a little wrestling around, I got it sitting on its spot where it goes. Got this spring over here hooked up, kinda. There we go. Got that spring hooked up because it wouldn't fit in the original spot. So just got to tighten these 4 bolts down. Now I just got to get this right here and this down here tightened up for the kick down and throttle cables, and this carburetor will be in place. Alright, so I just got the throttle linkage and kick down linkage cable brackets tightened up, so I'll go ahead and snap those on. There's the throttle valve one. Got that on. Just got to put the cotter pin in the washer. Alright. There's the washer. Now the cotter pin. Slide that cotter pin through. Bend the little tabs. Good to go. I'll hop in the truck. Before, with the old carburetor, if I pressed the gas pedal, it got stuck down. So let's see if that new one functions properly. Let's see if I can get it in there.
God, Jesus Christ!
Yep, feels like it's working properly. So we have a gas pedal. That carburetor's all in place now. So I'll go ahead and hook my fuel lines up, cap off all the vacuum lines. I gotta get that brake booster hose on the back of the carb too though. I'll go ahead and start working on that stuff. Alright, got this all hooked up with the brake booster. Capped off these vacuum ports here. I'm not going to be using them. I believe there's only these front 3 right here on an Edelbroken. And this is an electric choke, so this has to get 12-volt ignition from the key. And then this right here, I just have to take one of these bolts out and put it right back on here. And that's it for the choke. Then I got some fuel hose and this Edelbrock fuel pump that I'm going to put on it. Just bypass whatever the hell's in the gas tank for now. I might even try to pump out what's in the gas tank and see what's in it. Alright, so I went ahead and got the fuel pump mounted on the inner fender over here. Switched the barb fitting from the passenger side to the driver's side because that's the side the fuel tank's on. Got a hose routed to the front of it. Then got this hose coming off the back. Still got to add, I'm probably going to add 1, possibly even 2 filters in this fuel hose right here, just for the purpose, because who knows what's in the gas tank and I don't feel like cleaning it, so I'm just going to put 2 cheap filters in line. So I'll put this little piece here, probably cut this in half, run a filter here, put it on, run another filter down here, and then put that big hose on. And then we'll go to the fuel tank. Alright, so got that mostly set up with what I have right now. Now I'm going to go ahead, change out all the spark plugs on it. I got 8 new Autolite plugs. Just original platinum plugs. Got 8 of these to throw in. Go ahead and take all the old original 8 out, put these new ones in now. So I just found out why it wouldn't run last time I was out here. So I thought the firing order on these was number 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But that's not how it is. So I just fixed the firing order, put new spark plugs in and a carburetor. So as soon as that starter gets here and I get a battery for this thing should fire right up. So just did a little bit of wiring. Got this switch mounted right here. And that goes right over here to that Edelbrock fuel pump I put on yesterday. Got the wires on, got the fuel hose and a changeable filter on going to it. Then I got the battery over here, hooked up some new cable ends, got that all hooked up for the battery. I got a fuel jug sitting here, filled up the radiator, looks like it drained a little bit, so I'll have to refill that. And I grabbed the wrong bottle of concentrate. But it's an old truck, it'll be fine. Right now I'm in my favorite spot in the world, under a car. Yeah, no. But working on getting the starter in right now. The starter's bolted up. I just got to flip that small post to the other side. I believe I put it on the wrong side. The starter's just always spinning. I just got to get that flipped and then go ahead and see if this works. Alright, so right here, I actually didn't mean to start the truck. I hopped in it after putting the starter in and just went to bump the starter just to make sure that it functioned properly. I bumped the starter and it didn't even take half a rotation for the motor to just fire right up. Take 2. Electric choke is now hooked up. Almost 60 pounds of oil pressure. Purrs like a kid. So it's the next day. Just got my temporary fuel jug in. I hooked it up to the tank yesterday. It started pulling from the tank, and then I took it on a test drive, and the gas tank cracked. I'm just gonna start it up, get a little bit of heat into it right now, and then what Vice Grip Garage always says, the old Italian tune-up. Sitting in the drive-thru, still holding temperature and oil pressure. Just made it home. Drove for about an hour, even went through the McDonald's drive-thru. Drove super smooth, runs great. So that'll be it for this video. I plan on doing a lot with this truck. This is one of my dream trucks. I've always wanted one. I'm gonna do all kinds of stuff to it. I'll probably build a small block to swap out for the 305, all kinds of stuff. So like and subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks.